Welcome to my Storytime by mybooksummary.com. Get ready for quick wisdom of countless stories and explore. Don't Worry, Hugless Douglas by David Melling. In the charming world of children's books, there's one story that's bound to tug at your heartstrings. Don't Worry, Hugless Douglas by David Melling. This delightful tale is not just about a little bear named Douglas, but also about the comforting power of hugs and how a little bit of love can go a long way when you're feeling uncertain. It's a story that beautifully captures the feeling of needing reassurance and the universal longing for a hug when you're feeling down. This book is more than just an adorable tale of a bear. It's about friendship, comfort, and understanding that sometimes, even the most confident of us need a little emotional support. With simple yet engaging prose and illustrations that radiate warmth, Don't Worry, Hugless Douglas invites readers into Douglas's world. A world where love and friendship have the power to ease any worry. The beginning, Douglas and his need for a hug. The story begins with Hugless Douglas, a little bear, waking up in his cozy bed and realizing that he is feeling quite unsure about something. He's worried, but not in the way you might expect. Douglas realizes that he needs a hug, and not just any hug, but the perfect hug. This gentle bear feels a little out of sorts and believes that the only way to feel better is by having a hug that will make everything right. But there's a small problem. Douglas's family isn't around, and he's too far away from them to ask for one. So, what's a bear to do when he's feeling incomplete and uncertain without his hug of comfort? The answer, of course, is to go on a little adventure in search of that perfect hug. Douglas, feeling a bit out of his element, sets off to find the hug he craves. The journey begins as he starts looking for someone or something that can provide him with the comfort he seeks. In a world full of forests, animals, and far-off adventures, Douglas sets out with a heart full of hope that he will soon find what he needs. The quest for the perfect hug, meeting friends along the way. As Douglas sets off on his journey, he encounters several animals, each offering their own form of comfort, but none quite hitting the mark for the bear who's in search of that special embrace. First, he meets a group of animals, a rabbit, a squirrel, and a badger, who, like any good friends, try to offer a hug in their own ways. They show him that there are many types of hugs to be had, but Douglas isn't quite satisfied with what they offer. It's almost as if no one truly understands that Douglas needs something more, something deeper than just a simple cuddle. This part of the story beautifully highlights how different people, or animals in this case, have different ways of comforting one another. Sometimes, a hug may not be enough, and sometimes we just need someone who truly understands what we're going through. Douglas is on a mission to find that understanding and, more importantly, to find the hug that will make him feel whole again. The emotional climax, the hug he needs. After searching high and low, with many warm and friendly creatures offering him comfort in their own ways, Douglas finds himself feeling empty and still in need of that perfect hug. Just as he's beginning to lose hope, he has an epiphany. He realizes that the perfect hug doesn't need to come from someone else. The hug he's been searching for all along was inside him all this time. This is where the magic happens in the story. The realization that comfort and love aren't always found outside of ourselves, but sometimes we must look inward. The ultimate hug that Douglas seeks is found when he finally learns to embrace himself. With this newfound understanding, he realizes that the power of self-love can be just as important as the hugs we receive from others. It's a comforting and empowering message for readers of all ages, reminding them that, sometimes, the best kind of hug comes from within. This moment in the story is the turning point, where all the journey's uncertainties and self-doubts are resolved in one simple yet profound realization. We can all find peace, comfort, and reassurance if we learn to appreciate ourselves and the love we have within us. The happy ending, the ultimate hug. By the end of the story, Douglas returns home, finally feeling at peace with himself. He may not have found a hug from another animal, but he discovered something far more important, the hug of self-acceptance. And just when he thinks his journey has come to an end, he's met with a delightful surprise. His family, who have been looking for him all along, finally return, and Douglas receives the biggest hug of all, a hug from his loved ones that is everything he hoped for. In a heartwarming twist, the book beautifully emphasizes that Even when we learn to comfort ourselves, the love and support of those we care about can make everything feel whole again. Douglas's journey isn't just about finding a hug. It's about finding himself and realizing that he is worthy of love and care, both from others and from himself. The ending of Don't Worry, Hugless Douglas is a reminder that even when life feels uncertain or incomplete, there's always room for love and reassurance. It's a perfect conclusion to a journey that started with a little bear needing comfort and ending with a big, warm embrace that fills both his heart and ours. Final thoughts. A heartfelt story of love and self-acceptance. Don't Worry, Hugless Douglas is a truly heartwarming tale that beautifully addresses the universal need for comfort, love, and emotional reassurance. David Melling's simple yet powerful storytelling strikes the perfect balance between humor and emotion, making it a delightful read for both children and adults alike. Through Douglas's journey, we are reminded that it's okay to feel uncertain, and it's okay to need support. But perhaps the most important lesson the book teaches is that love and comfort come in many forms, and sometimes the most important hug is the one we give ourselves. In the end, Don't Worry, Hugless Douglas is more than just a story about a bear looking for a hug. It's about finding the comfort within ourselves and realizing that no matter how alone we may feel, love and connection are never far away. Whether it's from our friends, our family, or our own heart, a hug is always within reach. Stay tuned for more enlightening content. Head over to www.mybooksummary.com. Don't forget to subscribe and share the magic with friends. And let's grow together through the power of books and interesting stories.